my friends, welcome back to the den where we're going to share some time together. And our shave today is brought to us by Yardley Shaving Soap. We're doing kind of a history kind of a shave today. 250 years ago, today, well actually Sunday, the Second Continental Congress started. We're coming into some historical times here in America, getting close to our 250th anniversary. But we were, at this time, 250 years ago, we were already at war with England. And the Second Continental Congress, they'd already met once, do a second one. This is a pivotal one, a very important one, because this is where they appointed George Washington as commander-in-chief or leader of the Continental Army, and it's the same Congress that then wrote the Declaration of Independence. So I thought that was kind of neat. Now, historically, our historical shave today, Yardley, it wasn't this Yardley, but there was a commercial soap made by family Yardley, same thing. Started in 1760. So it was there around at about the same time that George Washington was around. So I selected that. He probably, no doubt, used just a homegrown soap. This is an absolutely dry puck with a soaked brush, and just running it on the top there. Wet the face in the field. He no doubt would have had an orderly shave him. He wouldn't have shaved himself. He was kind of a titled or an elite or an aristocrat or whatever you call him, where he had an orderly to shave him, and he picked his wardrobe and whatnot. But they used small gauge bore brushes, because Badger wasn't a thing yet. It was certainly not synthetics, but so small bore, small gauge Badger or bore. And razor wise, well, this is a guess, but no doubt he probably had some kind of a Sheffield razor. This is a Wade & Butcher full hollow or full or near full grind. This is a 5/8. I was looking at historical razors that, like, you see them sometimes in the museum, and they were not the big honking razors. Most of them were kind of slender, at least those that I've seen. Boy, this is needing a little attention. Be right back. We can talk more about that while we have I'm using the fire hose. Push this, kind of touch it up a little bit. It's kind of nice that they're right here so that I can punt when the razor's really not going right. I probably should have put this one to the stones like it did the day before yesterday's razor. See if that helped any. A little bit, but not a lot. But you know, if I had to guess, probably the little more primitive razors that they used then. This is fairly, probably 1890 razor, this. But they probably weren't as sharp then either, so this could well be the kind of shave that old George got. The pictures, obviously they're painted, they're not photographs. They probably weren't perfectly clean shaven. They probably had a bit of stubble. Especially a general in the field, probably not getting the whole treatment. And things were done sometimes kind of hurriedly. My experience of Army life is that in the morning you're trying to just get going, so have time to chase your orderly down to get your shave done. Probably done every other day or so. I don't think I had enough soap in the brush because it's not raising the lather. ChatGPT doesn't think that they bull lathered much in 1775. I don't know. I know that if you're in camp, you don't really don't want to carry all that stuff around, especially a delicate lather bowl or a lot of equipment. So no doubt probably use the same soap that you bathe with. So, it probably was a homemade cake, but I know that ChatGPT, that's a great, fun thing to play with. Just know that it's a tool. It's like Super Google. Don't ever think that a computer can be your friend. Even though you can talk to it, it's still a tool. So I always treat it like that. You'll never have to think about how robots taking over. I'm kind of holding the skin down here because I've been losing a little weight, so I don't need it to shift up like that. So we think that, well, here we are thinking that George Washington and probably the rest of the fellows in the Continental Congress probably shaved with a Sheffield type razor or maybe a French razors, but they all looked something like this, a full ground, maybe had a barber notch, maybe not, certainly bone or ivory scales, using a tallow based soap of some sort. And probably following up with just a rum splash, or in our case, bay rum, which is what I like to use. I don't have any rum, so bay rum will have to do. Bay rum has been around since those days. and that would have been it. He got out to go do his general stuff. But this time he was probably, I don't know what George was doing at this time in 1775, but I'm sure he was around, otherwise they wouldn't have known who he was. That's pretty much it for today's shave. We'll be thinking more about George later. I'm Major Rich. You find me at theshavingcadre.com. You might be finding me on my YouTube channel, Safety Cat Studios. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you like, subscribe if you're so inclined, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.